What it do? What it do? What it do? Murphy WWE crew. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Murphy family. WWE yesterday, WWE today, WWE forever. So we have a little bit of news on this Vince McMahon scandal, this Vince McMahon investigation that's going on. Remember, this story broke a couple days ago. We talked about it here on the channel. If you don't know what's going on, let me get you caught up really, really fast. But before I do that, do me a favor, drop a like on this video. If you're not a part of the family, go ahead and subscribe. You know, it's all things WWE here. I'm the WWE Universe. You're the WWE Universe. Together, we are the WWE Universe. It's WWE all day, every day. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Unfortunately, we got some bad and ugly to report here. But yeah, again, if you don't know what's been going on, so Vince McMahon is under investigation by the board. You know, the board of trustees at WWE. We all know Vince McMahon is the chairman of WWE. He's that top dog. He's been serving as the chairman and as CEO. And of course, you know, nothing happens on WWE without Vince McMahon. He's very, very hands-on. You know, the creative direction, everything. He has the final say so, and we know his power. You know, we see it, you know, on screen, right? We see his character as the authority and the man, top man in charge. Well, it's even worse, you know, backstage and behind the scenes. He has control over absolutely everything. And you know, he found himself in trouble. He's been under investigation by the board since April. Again, if you don't know what happened, so apparently there was an employee, former employee, female employee that worked for the company, a paralegal, and Vince McMahon apparently had an affair with this woman. So she was hired as a paralegal on a salary of $100,000. Began having an affair with Vince McMahon. Her salary doubled up to $200,000. And you know, apparently Vince McMahon passed her along to John Laurinaitis, you know, top executive in the company. He's the head of talent relations. Passed her along to him, and apparently, you know, they were, you know, doing things with this young lady, this female. I don't know if she's young. I don't know her age, but if she's the paralegal, I'm assuming she's young. But apparently, they were doing things with this woman. This woman was so afraid, so scared. She, you know, she stepped down. You know, she quit or whatever. They paid her off. The report is around $3 million. They paid her off to keep quiet, not to say anything. And yeah, apparently all this is coming to the light now. And Vince McMahon's been under investigation for this. Well, we talked about it the other day when this news broke, and we broke the story. We talked about that could be coming, and we talked about Vince McMahon could be having to leave. Yeah, Alex Alberto G, what's up, bro? Yeah, this is a huge story, man. This is big, man. A big storyline, bro. This is crazy, man. It's real life, you know. It's not just some kayfabe drama, you know. This is actually legit real life. But we talked about the repercussions that could be coming for Vince McMahon, and well, it looks like the ball dropped today. Vince McMahon is stepping down as not only CEO of WWE, but also as chairman, active chairman of the board of trustees. So he's stepping down. Absolutely crazy. Now, of course, he's still the owner of WWE, but he won't be the top executive anymore. You know, he held both top executive roles, CEO and chairman of the board. He's stepping down from both. You know, so the allegations and things that must be coming, you know, must not be, you know, it must not be looking good, you know. So badass Vince says, I step down. Yeah, he's stepping down, bro. Absolutely crazy. And Stephanie McMahon will be taking his place. She will be serving as chairman of the board, as CEO, as on an interim basis. So I don't know if that role will become official. Of course, we have to wait until the investigation is fully over. But man, it's not looking good for good old Vince, man. It's not looking good at all. And of course, this $3 million that was paid to this former employee It actually came from Vince's personal account. It wasn't from WWE account. So man, if that money's coming out of his personal account, then that pretty much points, points all forward, all fingers point to him being guilty, right? Why would a man spend $3 billion of his personal funds, to cover something up and to pay someone off if he wasn't guilty? So, man, this is very, very, very bad, especially in this world that we live in today. These Me Too movements and all that. And man, if this stuff is true, then whatever happens, he deserves it. You can't cover this up, and you can't, you can't give him an out here, or yeah, he's a top executive. This is a billion-dollar company, WWE is. So you have the top executive doing things like that, and then if he done it to this woman, how many other women has it been? So very, very unfortunate news. Very, very sad news. Again, Vince McMahon stepping down as CEO and chairman of WWE. Absolutely crazy, bro. Y'all getting work. This is the work. Vince is the master. This is no work, bro. This is real life. What's the work in this? It makes no sense. Vince being accused, publicly accused, as dealing with a woman and paying off a woman. This is no work, bro. This is real life. If the work was Vince was stepping down as chairman and stuff, then they would do it another way. This is embarrassing. That this makes no sense. It's not a work. Yeah, he's gonna be on Smackdown tonight to talk about stepping down. So yeah, that's happening. That's absolutely crazy that this is a work. There would be a different way to do it, not a woman accusing him of having an extramarital affair with him. And then Vince and Linda, they're split now. Yeah, bro, I don't know about that one, about it being a work, but yeah, he will be on SmackDown tonight. To announce, to address this and announce stepping down. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. We will see what happens. 1 second, let me get you on here. Hold on. This is crazy, bro. Hold on, guys. Let me get this for you. Oh, man. 1 second. I got someone who wants to come on here and talk about this. Let me get it on here for you. Hold on, guys. I'm on my phone, so I can't. I don't even know if I can get you on here. Hold on. I'm on my phone, so I can't even add you on this crap, man. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I can't even get you on. I don't know how to do it on here on the phone. I can't comment. Vince was with Sable, Trish, and Stacy. Yeah, that's totally different, bro. That's entirely different. That was talent, and those were works, like legit works. This is entirely different. That being something on screen as opposed, in a storyline, as opposed to a former paralegal employee, bro. Think about it. Why? Like that makes no sense. A paralegal employee, they're putting the financials out on it, and then he's stepping down the board, and Stephanie McMahon coming in to replace him. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Normally I do it on the computer, and then I could just paste the link. But on the phone, I can't even write comments on the phone. So that's why. Yeah, I wasn't planning to go live, but I saw this and I jumped on. So it's not allowing me to paste the link. Let me see. Hold on. Let me try again for you. Oh boy, but this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Oh, yeah, they won't let me. I can't post it on the phone. But I mean, whatever you want to say, I definitely want to hear it, rubber chicks. But yeah, once again, this is absolutely crazy. Vince McMahon stepping down as chairman and as CEO of WWE. Stephanie McMahon will be taking his place. So absolutely crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. It's been a tough week for WWE. You had this news break earlier, and then you had the Sasha Banks news breaking about her release. And then you get this today, Vince McMahon stepping down. So what will Vince say tonight? Or I don't know. He's probably going to address this and say he's stepping down. What else is there to say? Yeah, I don't see this all at all being a work or storyline. This is embarrassing. Like, this is national news. It's all over the place, and there's other ways for WWE to get that publicity, and there's other ways to write a story. The chairman of the company being accused of having an affair and being accused of them violating him and John Laurinaitis violating a female. That's not a storyline. And then paying her off and all this stuff, that's just not something you do, in storylines. Even if it is WWE, as wild as WWE can get and be, that's just not something that you do, especially not in 2022, with this Me Too and all this. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Rubber Chicks is saying it's a storyline too. Yeah, I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. What storyline? Like, what's the storyline in this? Like, really? What's the storyline? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. If Vince wanted to step down if the storyline was him stepping down as chairman or whatever, as CEO for someone else to replace him, then there's other ways to write that story. Oh yeah, he's saying Sable was a storyline. Yeah, bro, that was a storyline. Sable, Trish, Stacy, all those were storylines. That stuff was played out. I mean, the fake kissing. They even had. You remember they had with Trish Stratus. They had Linda McMahon there. You remember, in the wheelchair. In that WrestleMania match. All that stuff. Those were storylines. But this isn't a storyline, bro. This is real life. This is real life. This man is literally stepping down. So I mean, we'll tune in tonight to Smackdown and see exactly what's said. But I think it's just going to be him saying that he's, addressing this and stepping down. And of course, the investigation is still ongoing. So it hasn't been he hasn't been found guilty yet. But from everything I've seen, him paying this woman off from his personal funds and stuff, that stuff looks real sus. It looks real. He looks real guilty. And then him stepping down tonight, I never thought I'd see this day. Vince McMahon stepping down for anything. I thought he would be chairman until, he went to his grave or whatever. And Vince did, make a comment on what's going on. He said that he was fully open to participating in the investigation and helping them find, whatever they needed to find. And then he said he also, this part too, which made it seem like he was guilty. He didn't deny anything. He didn't say that he wasn't guilty. Most people say the truth will come out. I'll be found not guilty, or whatever. That's what most people say. But he came out and said that whatever the findings are, he will fully cooperate and all that. So I don't know. Alex says the paralegal was apparently 42 years old. Yeah, that's common. That's very common in the legal world. Law school takes a long time. And you got to start somewhere. You start as a paralegal. I've seen paralegals older than that, especially for these bigger companies. This is $1 billion company. $1 billion company. So yeah, that's nothing out of the ordinary for a 40-year-old paralegal or whatever. So Vince McMahon is 77. He'll be 77 years old. So that sounds about right. 77 and a 40-year-old woman. That definitely sounds about right. It's on ESPN right now. Vince McMahon gives up CEO role amid inquiry. McMahon allegedly paid ex-employee $3 million in hush money over affair. So yeah, this is streaming on ESPN right now. Allegations, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. And of course, if this is a storyline, you're not bringing all this stuff in. This is a legit report from the Wall Street Journal. These are legit reporters. I forgot the name of the two guys, but they're two reporters from the Wall Street Journal. You know, how is that a storyline? How are you having two reporters from the biggest journalism, outlet in the country, the Wall Street Journal, coming in and writing about? They broke the story. So WWE didn't break the story. These journalists broke this story. So again, saying that it's a work, I'm not buying that at all. Yeah, and I feel you. WWE, they do stuff all the time for works, for storylines, but I don't see this being one of those situations. Unfortunately, this is real life, man, and the details will continue to fall. And as they do, we're going to hear and talk about it again. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't like talking about this stuff. It's a real sensitive subject. And it's very, very bad. And Vince is someone, we all love. Respect him as the executive that he is, respect him to what he's done for WWE. It's legit $1 billion company, and all these stars, the entertainment that he puts on for us week in and week out. We know that's all because of Vince. Of course, he has, creative team and all that stuff, but Vince okays everything. Vince is very hands-on, so the vision and the direction of the company, it all falls on Vince, good, bad, or whatnot, whether we like it or whether we love it. It's always Vince McMahon who's responsible for everything. So, and it's been that way for years. So, and all the stars that he's created, all the stars that he's brought us, for decades and decades since I was a little boy. I've been watching WWE, and I'm at WrestleMania all the time, and these live events, and now I cover it here on the channel. This is sad news. So it's not the news I want to bring to you, but it is what it is. As far as I'm concerned, he can do what he wants because he's Vince McMahon. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. There's been a lot more powerful man than him, who's been brought down for these same reasons. A lot more powerful man in bigger companies with a lot more billions. A lot more zeros in their bank accounts, and they've been brought down. So, unfortunately, that's a not the correct way of thinking and not how things work. But I hear you, bro. I hear you. I know it's not how the world works. You're right, brother. But I would defend Vince every step. Yeah. I will as well. But some things just aren't acceptable. And it's tough, man. It's Vince and Kenny McMahon. Damn it, I hear you, bro. I hear you. People said he is supposed to be on SmackDown tonight. Serenity, yeah, he's going to be on SmackDown tonight. So we'll see what he says. I'm just guessing that he's gonna, step down and hand things over to Stephanie McMahon. It's reported that she's going to be the one to take over. Now, Stephanie did take a leave of absence, a couple weeks ago or about a month or so ago. So she wasn't going to be around. She spoke about loving the company and coming back, someday, but she was taking a leave of absence, for family reasons, and we can understand that. The stuff that Triple H, Paul Levesque, he's been through, her real life husband, the things he's been through, health wise and all that. Remember, his heart situations. He almost died and he was hospitalized and stuff. So he had to retire from in-ring competition and kind of had to take a back seat from, the things he was doing backstage. She took a leave of absence for that, but apparently she's coming back. And of course, Shane McMahon, remember, he was let go. He was fired, in January around Royal Rumble time. So he's gone. So we'll see what happens now, you guys. But Stephanie McMahon is coming back as interim CEO, interim chairman. So we will see. We all love Vince. Hold up. A lot of people hate Vince. Right, bro? Vince has a lot of enemies. He's had a lot of feuds, like real life feuds. Of course, he's had on camera feuds, but he's had a lot of real life feuds throughout his career, man. A lot of people do not like Vince McMahon. And apparently also, we talked about it a little bit when we broke this news, when we broke the story on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was when this came out. There's other women as well, so it's not just this one woman. There's other women as well that's coming out and coming forward. And that's usually how these things work. If you do it to one, you're probably doing it to a lot. And once one comes out, then, you know, a lot of people start coming out. So it's very unfortunate, man. It's sad. You know, I was very, very sad to see this report and to see this news. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the end result is. But for right now, Vince McMahon is out. You know, he's stepping down as WWE chairman and as WWE CEO. And his daughter, the beloved Stephanie McMahon, she's taking over. She's filling that role as interim. So we will see. Yeah, Laurinaitis. Yeah, he's on it too. Alex Alberto G. You're right. Apparently, the woman had the affair with Vince first, and then Vince passed her off to Laurinaitis, and they kind of were, you know, you can use your imagination to you know figure out the rest of the details in that. I'm not going to talk about that, but yeah. So yeah, Laurinaitis, of course, he's the head of talent relations. So he has a huge role in the company, a huge executive role in the company. So you know, he's under investigation as well. And it didn't say he was stepping down. It said as of now he's keeping his role, he's keeping his job. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Dang, that's sad. Firing your own dad. Right. It's gonna be crazy. Then Stephanie McMahon being a female, you know, how does she feel about it? You know, but I'm sure they had to know what was going on. You know, it's kind of hard to cover this stuff up. You know, but hey, what's done in the darkness always comes to the light, especially when you hold a powerful position as such, and you're the chairman of a major company as WWE. And this can lead Vince as a player, right? Right. I mean, he don't walk the way he walks with that swag walk for nothing, you know. His they are, you know, the thing, the ongoing thing on TV, you know, is his grapefruits, you know, biggest grapefruits. So hey, it is what it is. But the thing to watch out for from this is you know, whatever the findings are, if he is found guilty and this stuff is all true and he you know, he's permanently removed as chairman, you know, could this lead to the sale of WWE? You know, that's something to look out for, to keep an eye out, you know, keep an eye out for. You know, would this lead to the sale of the company? It had been rumored that, you know, eventually WWE would be for sale, but something like this, when something like this happens, then, you know, that kind of does lead to things being sold. So we'll see, we'll see. And also apparently Vince McMahon is going to remain in control of the creative side of WWE. So the stuff we see on screen, the stuff we see on television, you know, he's still going to have the final say so and all of that stuff, at least for now. So, you know, he's not fully pushed out of the company. And, you know, of course, he still owns the company. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out. But this is very difficult, man. Amidst of everything that's going on, all these big stars that we've lost, you know, these big performers, superstars that we've lost recently. Sasha Banks, you know, she's out. You know, that broke. You know, that's breaking this week. That hasn't been made official yet, but you know, she's been released. And then of course Naomi, you know, she stepped out, and then of course Bray Wyatt, we still deal with that every single day. Cesaro, Braun Strowman, you know, of course John Moxley we lost a couple years back, Dean Ambrose. So you're losing all these top superstars, and now the chairman. That it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Adam Cole, another name at this point, and then Triple H having to retire at this point. With Vince leaving and Randy and Cody injured, Roman might be champion until WrestleMania. You're right about that. There's no one to take that title from, from Roman, which I had him being champion until WrestleMania anyway, past WrestleMania, at least Universal Champion. You know, I thought Roman would drop the WWE title, you know, to whoever wins Money in the Bank. I thought they would cash in at SummerSlam or whatever. We talked about that a little bit. My plans was, you know, I wanted Randy Orton to do that, you know, win Money in the Bank and then cash in at SummerSlam and take the WWE title, you know, and then Cody Rhodes returns and wins the Royal Rumble, and we get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania, you know. That's what I wanted. That was a dream scenario I wanted. But as you just mentioned, of course, Cody is out. And then Yeah, the news did break. Randy Orton may be out for the rest of the year. He may be out for the rest of 2022. It's being reported that he has to have surgery on his back. So yeah, he's legit injured. Cody is out. So you don't really have any top baby faces. I guess now they're trying to push Riddle. He's next in line to face Roman Reigns. Um, um, at I guess at Money in the Bank, they're gonna go at each other. Of course, you got Drew McIntyre. He's the face to take on Roman Reigns. They have that big clash. Whatever over in Europe. Drew McIntyre's hometown, Scotland or whatever. They're having that huge match there. So we'll see what happens with that. And then you got Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is another name, another face who can, challenge Roman. And then Edge. Apparently, too, I heard that there's a little rumors for that. We know Edge just got kicked out of Judgment Day, so he's no longer a heel. He's a face now. And it could be because they're pushing Edge to be that top baby face to take on Roman Reigns. Remember, SummerSlam is weeks away. About 5 or 6 weeks away. So they got to do something. They got to get him a credible opponent. SummerSlam being the biggest event of the summer, right? That's the WrestleMania of the summer. They have an NFL stadium in the field. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. The home of the Tennessee Titans. So they got to fill that arena. They got to fill that stadium. So you're talking about they got to sell 70,000 plus tickets. So Roman Reigns does need a credible opponent for SummerSlam. And to me, Drew McIntyre ain't it. Matt Riddle ain't it. I would love to see Bobby Lashley in that spot, but maybe he's not the guy, especially with the way they're booking him. This man just lost. He lost a face off, a pose off to Theory. That was the main event of Raw. So Edge, though, I can see Edge being pushed up into that top babyface spot, and you get Edge versus Roman Reigns 1-on-1. Of course, they did have the match WrestleMania 37, but it was a triple threat match. Of course, Daniel Bryan was a part of that match. But 1-versus-1, Edge versus Roman Reigns, I can see that being something. So, yeah. SummerSlam main event, John Cena versus Austin Theory. I definitely see that happening, but it won't be the main event. Roman Reigns will be in the main event, SummerSlam main event. But yeah, I see that match happening for sure. Of course, John Cena will be on Monday Night Raw, here real soon, and I think that'll start to set up that angle for Theory versus Cena. But yeah, I definitely see those two, that being a big match at SummerSlam, but I don't think it'll be the main event. But what's your opinion on Riddle versus Roman Reigns? I love it. I like it. Again, they're thirsty for baby faces, right? Thirsty for competition for Roman Reigns, and it plays into the storyline. We all know what happened with the Bloodline and RK Bro at we know that feud, how that feud went and how it ended, and then how it culminated at WWE Backlash. So I can definitely see it happening, and they that's the last match or the last programming that Randy Orton had before the injury. So yeah, it makes sense, and I love Riddle. He's bound to avenge the injury to his partner Randy Orton and to the demise of RK Bro. So yeah, I definitely see it happening. I'm more so worried. What I want to see is how Randy Orton returns, when he returns and what happens, if they pick back up RK Bro, or or they split for good, and what happens with Randy Orton. Because again, I legit wanted to see Randy Orton return at Money in the Bank, win the Money in the Bank, and then cash in on Roman Reigns to take the WWE title from him at SummerSlam. Whatever the main event was, Randy Orton comes out, cashes in, and he's your WWE champion. Not Universal Champion, but WWE Champion. So that's personally what I wanted to see. So I'm hating hearing this Randy Orton news. So we'll see what happens, guys. See, NBC says Vince will be in character tonight on SmackDown. Keyword in character. No, in character just means it just means he's appearing on you know, on WWE television. Um, you know, that's all that means. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. You know, we'll see, Alex. Again, I don't see it being a work. Um, yeah, we'll see. This isn't the way that you want WWE to be in the news. You know, even if it was a work, you know, that's just bad taste, if you will. Using this as a storyline, a fake storyline. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We've seen a lot crazier things, right, in WWE. But you know, Alex, you know, we'll see if you're right. But yeah, again, before we get out of here, Vince McMahon stepping down as chairman and as CEO. Stephanie McMahon is taking over, taking his place to fill that role, of course. Vince McMahon, yeah, if it is a work, they're going to get a lot of negative backlash. So I don't know. That's the thing too. If it was a work, you know, um, it's not like CNBC and ESPN and the Wall Street Journal and all these you know top media outlets that's reporting. It's not like they're in on the work, you know. So them reporting it, and then if it's fake news, you know, they're going to get some negative backlash because just what's happening. You know, it's not like, oh, he's sick, or you know, oh, you know, we've seen a lot of things. You know, Vince McMahon got hit by a car, ran over by a car, or Vince McMahon takes a stunner and he's out indefinitely. You know, he's hurt. It's not one of those storylines. It's not, you know, oh, Shane McMahon comes in and he battles Vince for the company, or Stephanie McMahon comes in and battle Vince for the company. It's not that. You know, this is a woman, you know, former employee, female employee who's come in and, you know, um, she was paid millions of dollars to keep quiet about an affair and stuff. So, um, and he's under investigation for that. So this is different, you know. This is different. So, um, it's a lot of negative backlash because this is something that's real that you know a lot of top executives have lost their jobs for, you know. And then we have an entire movement, you know, the entire Me Too movement and all that, you know. So it's different. This is different. So saying it's a work, you know, I can't see that being the case. But I mean, we'll see what happens. Vince McMahon will be on SmackDown tonight. He'll address it. Again, me personally, I don't believe it's a work at all. I think this is real life and this is true. And, you know, I think this could be the end of Vince McMahon in WWE. So we'll see. We need the name of this paralegal woman. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think her name's going to come out. She's going to be heavily protected, you know. We don't want no WWE. We don't want no members of the WWE universe going dropping any stunners or rock bottoms on this woman. So yeah, they're gonna protect her. But it's unfortunate, man. Again, this woman, she had an affair with Vince McMahon. She was a paralegal. She had an affair. Her salary doubled, you know, from $100,000 to $200,000, and then she was passed off to John Laurinaitis, the head of talent relations at WWE. And then apparently the woman, she quit, you know, because she was so afraid. She was paid $3 million from Vince McMahon himself, you know, not from the company, but from Vince McMahon himself as hush money, you know, and all this stuff has come to the light. And Vince McMahon is under investigation. Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, they're both under investigation for this. And that's led to the stepping down of Vince McMahon as WWE chairman and as CEO. Stephanie McMahon will step in and take his place. She's been on a leave of absence, you know, to be with her family, but she's coming back. Of course, she has to. I don't know where Shane is. I don't know, you know, where he's at with the company, but I know backstage, you know, Shane had a lot of heat on him, you know, from the executives and stuff, and you know, all the superstars and everyone, the boys backstage. They weren't feeling Shane, you know, because Shane was the, if you didn't know about that, Shane was the executive producer of the Royal Rumble this past year. He was supposed to be, at least, and he was booking himself really, really strong. Like when I say that, you know, he was going to be like one of the, you know, one of the last men in the Royal Rumble. He was going to be in there for a long time. He was going to come out early and stay, you know, stay in late. He was going to get a lot of eliminations and big spots. You know, that's how he was booking things. So he was making himself look strong, which is wild and crazy. Who wants to see that? You know, what's the point of that? We don't want to see Shane being a star in the Royal Rumble. But apparently he booked that, and they weren't feeling that backstage. A lot of the superstars were complaining, and the creative were complaining, and they went to Vince McMahon about it. And Vince McMahon sent Shane McMahon home. Pretty much fired him. Privately, not publicly, sent him home. And apparently he was done with the company. So I guess they couldn't call on Shane to come back. At least not right now, but we'll see. We'll see if that changes. But Stephanie McMahon, she'll take over. And, hopefully if this stuff is true and legit and this is the end of Vince McMahon, hopefully Triple H will be able to take over. We know he had health scares and all that, but, he's definitely the man I would love to see for that job, as top guy. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let's just take this thing one day at a time. One story at a time. Again, this has been going on since April, so it'll probably be a long, drawn-out process. But we'll see. But this is a big finding or a big unfolding in this investigation. He's stepping down as chairman and as CEO, and again, he'll be on Smackdown tonight. So tune in to Smackdown, and we'll see what he talks about. We'll see what he says, and when it happens, I'll get on here and we can talk about it, break it down. So make sure if you're not here and a member of the Murphy Family WWE, a family member, subscribe to the channel, go ahead and do that, and also ring that notification bell. So when we do get on here and break things down and talk about things, you will be you'll get that notification. You can come on here and join us in the conversations. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. If you're watching the replay of this video, drop a like. And also, sound off in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts, and love to know what you're thinking about this situation. Alex, we know what you're thinking. Alex Alberto, you think it's all a work. We'll see. But everyone else, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. So drop a comment on the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys tune into Friday Night Smackdown tonight. We might have to watch this thing live tonight. We'll see. At least that Vince McMahon segment. We might have to go live and watch it together. So yeah, we may do that. If not, I don't think I'm gonna be home. But if not, we'll definitely get on here and make a video to talk about, whatever Vince McMahon said or whatever. So, and also let's see if the tribal chief, if the head of the table, if the undisputed, WWE Universal Champion, let's see if he returns tonight. We haven't seen his face in a couple of weeks. So let's see if he returns tonight. Of course, he has a match with the Riddle coming up. So, yeah, let's see what the Bloodline does tonight, and let's see if the Tribal Chief is back tonight. And then whatever else is going on. I don't know if you guys seen, on the house show, Sami Zayn, we know he's trying to get in the Bloodline, he hit a Superman punch on Drew McIntyre at a house show. Absolutely crazy, man. So Sami Zayn's keeping it up. He's keeping the antics going. He hit a Superman punch. I think he hit a spear as well on Drew McIntyre. So, yeah, crazy, bro. So, yeah, let's tune in to SmackDown tonight, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And WWE yesterday, WWE today, WWE forever. We will catch you guys in the next one. You guys have an amazing day, man. It's Friday night. Friday. Enjoy your Friday, the end of the week, heading to the weekend. Enjoy. All the fathers out there, happy Father's Day to all of you. If you didn't know, I'm a father. I have 4 beautiful children myself. So happy Father's Day to me. I'll be spending the weekend with them. Serenity, I don't think I'm streaming tonight. I'm not going to be home, but I will get on here and talk about, for sure, I will go live to talk about whatever Vince McMahon has said, whatever happens tonight. So we'll talk about that, but we'll stream that, but we won't stream live, not the live show, not the full show. At least I won't be home. But again, we will talk about that. So make sure you have those notification bells turned on. So when we do go live, you will be the first to know. All right. So I'm looking forward to chatting with you all tonight, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Murphy Family WWE. We are out. Peace.